Welcome to the Dean's List, engaging conversations at the intersection of entrepreneurship, artistic expression, and holistic health. Experience wellness in full color, where fashion, beauty, and art blend with body, mind, and soul. Embark on a journey that dresses your aspirations in style, paints your life with beauty, and sculpts your well-being in every dimension. This is the Dean's List, where inspiration is always in session. Welcome to the Dean's List, where we discover the dynamic interplay between healthy living, creative ventures, and entrepreneurial journeys. I'm your host, Allison Dean, and today we're diving deep into the core of wellness with Dominika from Roots Harmony. She is a holistic nutritionist who's transforming lives one gut at a time. With a belief that great health starts from within, Dominika combines the science of nutrition with the wisdom of holistic practices to nurture the body's digestive harmony. Prepare yourself for some stomach-stirring insights. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Dominika.
Hi, Allison.
Hi. All right, so just to dive in, I want to know what led you to specialize in gut health, in nutrition, and like how did this passion evolve into you starting a business around it?
It wasn't a passion at all. I was a vegetarian for 25 years, thinking I live the best life, I'm the healthiest, and I make the smartest decisions because, I eat healthy and I move my body. And then things started falling apart. I realized that I am weaker than I'm supposed to be in my age group. I'm completely dependent on sugar. I don't have energy. I don't sleep well. And on top of that, my daughter has started developed some sort of skin issues, acne and some allergies and food situations. And on top of that, my husband got into some skin conditions like eczema. And I was so puzzled with it. And having my approach to life is I need to crack it down. I need to know what's going on. I need to understand it.
Yeah.
And instead of going to see a specialist, I decided to go to school. So I have embarked on a journey of nutrition. That was 2019. And yeah, I wasn't planning on doing a gut health at all. It wasn't anything that would spark my passion, but getting to heal my daughter's skin condition and my husband's conditions and fix my issues as well in the meantime, I realized there's no other way of doing things but getting to the gut. You can't really heal your body without getting to your intestinal tract and actually making sure everything is nice and tight and balanced in there. There's ways of doing it, but it is really truth, as they say, that everything starts in the gut. All the health depends on it.
Yep.
So yeah, that was it. Wasn't planning on it. It wasn't a fascinating journey. But I've learned so much. And that was such a mind opener to realize that you can't live a healthy life without eating really not right foods and mistreating your microbiome.
Right. So, but where did the bridge happen where you went from, healing your family and yourself to then thinking, now I want to spread the love and I want to help other people? Oh,
it was a career switch. I was working, I lived in a different country to start with. And in 2021, we moved to US. I lived in Vancouver, Canada, and we moved to US with my daughter to join my husband. And my career options for Canada had been closed and finished with, and I wouldn't want to do it again. It was sort of a masculine type of a business, and I wasn't utilizing my healing abilities and helping other people. So for me was that bridge was literally moving the country, getting to know different kind of people, building myself a different network of healers and people that understand the body's innate abilities to heal. And then I realized, okay, I think I have enough space and enough network built already so I can test the water and see how it's going to land and what I can do with it.
Right.
So that was basically it.
So you wanted to help people, basically. Like, you went from helping yourself to wanting to help others. Like, that was the crux of it.
Well, me going to school, I didn't think about helping other people. I was kind of in my shell thinking, oh, this is just going to be for my own benefit because, I'm not going to be good enough, or one of those things, right? I'm never going to expand to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
This is just to help myself, help my family, help my loved ones, and maybe whoever going to need my help along the lines, but never thought of it as anything that I can build my career on and, expand as a business.
But you are.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what I'm doing now. Yeah. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Yes.
Okay. So as a nutritionist with an emphasis on gut health, I'm curious how you define wellness. What does wellness mean to you?
It took me a while, and it wasn't only about learning about the nutrition and, kind of diving deep into food and what we're supposed to eat or not. It took my own personal journey to realize that wellness is the ability to have time and space for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, whatever rocks your boat, whatever makes you happy is going to be your wellness. But for me, it is mostly the ability to be with ourselves and to have this capacity to heal in our own space. So you need to be able to, you have to have time for yourself. Like, whether it's going to sauna, going for a massage, going for therapy, going for anything. But mostly what I see for myself working is walks, sometimes meditations, meals with my family, those kind of things. This is what is a wellness nowadays for me. See, we live in such a rush world of women going go all the time, right? There's businesses, there's work, there's kids, husbands to attend. There's a lot of things on our plates. And before I used to think that, my yoga session is going to be my wellness, or my therapy session is going to be my wellness. And I think life is way simpler than that. For me, is cooking a meal now, or my morning routine, my morning walks are the biggest gift I can give myself. And this is my wellness. So this is what I would say to everybody. Find time and space. If you have to carve it out from your life, just to give to yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
So would you say that, like, a daily practice now for yourself in terms of maintaining optimal health and overall wellness is finding those times for yourself, taking those walks, cooking those meals? Is that the daily practice that now you've sort of committed to for yourself?
You know what? Yes, it is. I'm a bit of an ADHD person. I do not have anything that resembles rigidity. So having a routine was always something that scared me. And now I have established a routine. I have my morning routine, and it's a lifesaver. This is the wellness I just talked about. Yeah. So I have to have my warm lemon water with salt every morning.
Yep.
I have to go for a walk every morning. I have to see sun or light every morning. I have to journal every evening. Those are those little things that, I might have scattered around, but they give me the structure that I really despised before. And now all of a sudden I just thrive in it. So yes, those are those little things that you can do for yourself.
I love that.
To make your life better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about, or can you explain the connection between, gut health and overall well-being? Like, how does our gut influence mood, energy, our immune system? I think obviously that's an educational course that one can take. But
that's a really loaded question, but a really good one. So, I don't know if your listeners are aware, probably they are at the moment. all our immune system is located in our intestinal tract. Because see, your skin is the external layer protecting you from the outside world.
Yep.
But your gut is the internal layer. This is your internal skin. Very thin, very delicate, but it is your internal layer protecting you from the outside world as well, right? Because everything that you put in your mouth is the outside world, right? Whether you want to believe those are, nasty bacteria, nasty germs, or nourishing food, water that we drink. This is all outside world that has to go through our body, get assimilated in there. So, getting back to the question, your immune system lives in your gut, your microbiome, this fascinating organism. There's like a pound and a half on average of little creatures that live in your insides, right?
Yeah.
And they actually they pull the strings on your mood, on your cravings, those are the little things that detect the time of the day.
Yeah.
Based on the light that you see through your eyes. And they will tell you that, oh, it's breakfast time. This is the particular food you should be eating for your breakfast. This is what we crave for breakfast. You want to have a healthy gut. You want to have healthy, short fatty acids, or you need to eat this to feed us so we can give it back. It's a nice symbiotic relationship. But this is what they do for us. And the biggest problem with the gut health is people feed them the wrong food, and that disturbs the balance. And a lot of people nowadays grow something called bad bacteria, which is a really bad word for it, but those are the bacteria that we don't benefit from. They benefit from living inside of us, but they don't bring the benefits. So they do secrete toxins, which does influence our health and our mood and our energy in a bad way. Because those toxins can not only go through your gut intestinal walls,
right?
They will also go through your blood-brain wall as well. So whatever is happening in your gut, sooner or later is going to happen in your brain as well. And sooner or later, if you have intestinal inflammation,
right,
you're going to have it all over your body. You're going to feel it in your joints. You're going to feel it in your other organs. You're going to feel less energy. You're going to feel it in your liver because your liver is going to start struggling, with the detoxification problems. You're going to feel it in your head as well. Oh, another thing, serotonin.
Yeah.
It's made in your gut, right? And people believe it's a happy hormone. It's not necessarily a happy hormone. It's a balancing hormone. It's a balancing act between serotonin and dopamine, but it is made in your gut and you need it. So, yes, we need to make sure that the gut is balanced, that you have the healthy, balance of bacteria in there, right?
Agree. Okay. This one, I think I'm curious about from, the conversations that you have, but what are the most common misconceptions about gut health that you encounter? I can guess, but like, is there a few where you're like, wow, that's interesting that people think that?
The biggest shocker for me, this is a really good question. The biggest shocker for me when I started, well, I didn't know much at that time, but it was still a shocker that people were swallowing handfuls of stomach acid blockers.
Oh,
they believe that they got a heartburn because they had too much of the stomach acid, right? So PPIs and, soda bicarbonate, all of that had been just misused because of that misbelief that we don't need a stomach, we don't need hydrochloric acid, which is just atrocious for me because without it, you're defenseless.
Right.
This is the thing that makes your digestion work.
Right.
This is the thing that protects you from the outside world and takes your food apart and makes it digestible. And this is an amazing thing. The more, the better, right? And what we do is the opposite. We try to almost eradicate it. And that was a huge thing for me. I knew it in my childhood, but then moving to America, I was like, oh my God, they all take it. Please don't. No.
Stop.
Another thing I wanted to talk about is enzymes. Oh, I see it all over the place.
Okay.
People are taking, and digestive enzymes are great. And I advise taking them quite often.
Okay.
But those are just like a transition support to take you to a different place. If you struggle, yes, you can take digestive enzymes. But some of my clients have been taking them for years.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need for that. You have to heal your body. You have to align with your natural rhythms. You have to let your digestive tract heal. So you don't have to rely on those external sources of enzymes.
Makes sense.
Anyway, yes. So those were the things. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you did.
But
yeah. That's an interesting one. So a little bit of a piggyback to that question. For people that would gravitate towards enzymes or anything like that, and granted, there probably is a time where I agree, it's like a transitional helper to get you to being self-sufficient
from one place of not having to enzymes, not being able to produce them, but to a place that you actually thrive.
Yeah. No, it makes perfect sense to me. But I think okay, so if you're ever in a, maybe not you, but if someone else, they ate something didn't sit well, what is like a fast track to get them feeling better so that they don't have to rely on the tongue?
You're talking about one pill solution.
Well, or I don't know, but like, let's say someone has like a really like ucky meal or something and they just feel really bad. Is there something to be helpful for that person? Right? Like, do they need to drink a tea? Do they need to?
Enzymes are great for that.
Okay.
Enzymes are great. Okay. Don't eat fishy meals. I mean, don't eat those icky meals. Don't eat anything that is not going to sit well with your body. Yeah. So having to have that awareness to start with is, there's never one pill solution. It just drives me mad to think that people think, oh, I'm going to take vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin whatever, and I'm going to feel better. No, it's not going to work this way, because if you're going to keep feeding yourself garbage, you're always going to come out with the garbage, right?
That makes perfect sense. I think that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you think...
you can drink peppermint tea, you can drink chamomile tea. They're great, but you just have to like them, and you want to have them on your daily or weekly. It's not going to be your emergency. There's never thing, you have emergency rooms for emergencies, right? What you want to have is that holistic, stable sort of a lifestyle that and you're confident in your own, the steps you're taking, and they're going to be good for your body, for your soul, for your mind, for,
right.
Holistic health.
I totally agree with you. Holistic health. Yes, exactly. What are, for the listeners, what would be like your top dietary recommendations for someone that's looking to improve their gut health? Because I think it can be very overwhelming for people when they're just starting out. So are there like any, like just some simple things for people? I mean, I can guess a few that you would say, since I've been blessed with trying some of your foods, but for you to say it out loud, what would be like maybe a few things that come to mind that people, if they incorporate these foods, they might start to see some positive shifts?
It all depends, because for some people, the healing foods that I used to think are the healing foods might not be that healing, because if they struggle with dysbiosis, with, bacterial overload, they might end up being in a worse situation than they were. But overall, thinking, you're just starting and you don't really have major gut issues, you just want to improve your health. Start with bioavailable protein. That comes from a vegetarian of 25 years. I mean, you have no idea how much difference it makes if you eat a steak every now and then. I used to struggle with digestion, like really, really badly, bloating, digestion. Yeah. And I was healthy vegetarian. Yeah. Ever since I started eating steaks, my reality flipped, and everything changed. So make sure you provide minerals. Whether you supplement minerals, you have it in, like our filtered water is deprived of minerals. So in order to have your stomach functioning on an optimal levels, you have to provide minerals. So I like to start my day with lemon water with salt. I actually use a lot of salt. Salt is not unhealthy, good, healthy Celtic salt. eat a steak every now and then. I'm not going to tell you eat bone broth, because bone broth might be actually really not the greatest thing for many people, but it is helpful for a lot. I always recommend that. I recommend that fermented foods, because we need to provide probiotics. But like I said, it depends on a particular unique situation. They're amazing for people that don't struggle with dysbiosis.
Right.
Sometimes it does actually help to fix the situation, to sort of push it towards more beneficial bacteria.
Yeah.
So fermented foods, prebiotics, you gotta remember about that. And I never really advise on supplementing in form of pill. Eat your food. Food is your medicine. So, kefirs, yogurts, full fat yogurt. Do not ever go for any of this low fat crap, because it's a chemistry lab. What else? Yeah. Prebiotic, probiotic. Chew your food. I don't know. Does it answer your question?
Yes.
Those are just simple basics that you might want to start.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that's helpful.
And remember, if you take a prebiotic in a pill form, it is not going to stick around. It is great for, when you have to heal through something, when you do your, gut cleanse, and you take some antimicrobials.
Right.
But don't take them long term, because they do not stick around in your gut. They're just visitors, and off they go to some other reality.
A nomadic visitor off to its next destination. Yes.
That's what they are. Yeah.
Okay. So if we're balancing entrepreneurship, having a business, and your personal health, those things can be challenging, because owning a business is challenging. Obviously, maintaining health and wellness can be challenging in today's dynamic world that we live in. So how do you manage that, the juxtaposition of those things, business and your health?
It wasn't a full-time business for me at the very beginning. So I kind of really eased into it. Okay. It was a transition, a bumpy road, transition from a different country to a different career. But I was really fortunate enough to be able to rely on my husband quite a lot.
Yep.
So it was an easy transition to it. And, working with one client at the time, I never felt the overload of, oh my God, I don't have time to catch a breath. And in the meantime, working with one client at the time, I learned a lot from them, and I learned how to work on my own wellness. So I built boundaries. I have healthy relationship with my phone, with electronics, with light. So, it wasn't a tough struggle for me. I didn't have to juggle much. Okay. Now, with those boundaries in place, I can run a full swing business without really feeling like I need to jeopardize something. And another thing that is really helpful at the moment is, my child is 18 years old and she's so much out of her house. I'm in a van now traveling, and she's traveling as well. So that helps a lot. And this is not the advice I can give to many women in my situation. But ease into it. If you need to start it as a part-time situation, just develop a hobby and then grow it and expand. Yeah. But I did not have those challenges.
I think that's great. I mean,
how to blend it all together.
That's a great example of just how things can scale pretty naturally, right? So in a way, I mean, there was some luxury because you had a good partner that you could rely on for some of it.
Yeah.
But being able to establish boundaries, especially early on, I think that's something that really serves any entrepreneur as they're trying to grow the business, right? Because you already have an idea of the things that are like a hard no or a hard stop for yourself. And then the business can kind of take its shape around the things that are your no's or your yeses, which I think is that's
absolutely. And there's one thing you got to learn as well, that being a woman and running your own business, it's a kind of a different beast, because there's requirements for you to be productive, to meet deadlines, to be this and this and this. You need to approach in order to sort of honor, your womanhood. You got to take things slower. You're a cyclic. You have cycles of productivity. You have cycles of creativity. Things are a little bit different. We are not little men. And, I think I transitioned into that pretty easily. So I go with my flows.
Right.
And I would advise a lot of women to do that as well. Go with your own flow and just watch your energy. Don't get burned, and healthy boundaries with the phone, with electronics,
with everything. With
everything.
Do you did you encounter any like significant obstacles in launching a business or growing a business? And did any of those obstacles become an opportunity?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of embarrassing, but it's not actually. The biggest obstacle in anything that you do in life is always yourself.
Oh,
so
yeah. Okay.
That was me. My, whatever it was. I'm digging into a lot of deep stuff recently from my own self. And that was, beliefs that you have about yourself, fear of being seen, fear of rejection. A lot of people, women struggle with that. And if not a lot, I just made it up, but I think, I think they do. So, those were the obstacles, that I had to overcome, and I'm still going through it. I still don't like to be on a pedestal talking and being super visible. But I'm getting there. It is getting better. And yes, I turned it into an opportunity of learning about myself.
Yeah.
Expanding, growing, and just pushing my limits. It's just like you have to take the steps outside of your comfort zone. There's never growth in your comfort zone, right?
Yeah. No, that's that's like me on social media, and you on social media too. Both of us on social media, right? Challenging ourselves.
That's a good way of saying it. Challenging. That's still a challenge. But you know what? I'm getting more comfortable.
Oh my God.
I am getting more comfortable, and I'm starting to actually like it.
Good.
In a way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like excited to get to your step now, because I'm just like.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's the community part that actually kind of keeps me magnetized to it. Because I like talking. I like talking to people. I like seeing people. I like those DMs.
Yeah.
So that kind of gets me going.
That makes sense.
Posting my own stuff there wouldn't be that fascinating.
Right.
If it wasn't for the feedback from people and, them asking questions and me being able to contribute to their life in a way. Right. So that was brilliant.
You just like segued me pretty nicely. So I was going to ask how your journey as an entrepreneur has contributed to personal and professional development. And I feel like you're leaning into some of that with what you just said.
Oh, it has been big. It has been, especially the last half a year. I did slow down a lot. I have taken my time for my own personal growth. I've done a lot of digging into my own trauma and healing. And I wouldn't be on that journey if it wasn't for nutrition, for my clients, circulating around. Obviously, I'm a third party. I can see what's happening in their life. Yeah. So I can point it out, but then I don't see it in myself. Yeah. So, there was a kind of a journey for me and time to take, big growth, I think. In a business, I think being able to serve my clients as well with that knowledge that I learned, by taking my own steps, go in that direction. Yeah. I'm not an expert. I'm not a somatic healer expert, will never be, but, being able to kind of nudge or direct someone into looking into that direction even. Yeah. And, getting familiar with technology. I just want to circle around to the question about the growth. Yeah. Learning. Yeah. Technology. Learning how to, have my email lists or, I don't know, all the other things that I'm still learning.
It's all learning. Life is learning, right? So is the most fulfilling part of running the business, besides obviously improving health for all your clients, is it that like the connections that you're building, or like, if you were to reflect on your business as it is today, yes, you're helping people with their health, but what is like the secondary component of what's most fulfilling about having Roots Harmony?
I'm going to go back to your previous question. Because I think that ties into with the one that you just asked now.
Yeah.
I have built way more compassion in myself towards other people. I am capable of understanding way more. So before, I would think that someone is just mean or doesn't like me or whatever histories, whatever stories I would tell myself about situation, people, life. Now, I have so much more understanding of where their pain points are, what are they going through. They don't have to tell me that they struggle with something. I quite often see it by the way they move, by the way their body talk,
Right.
by the way they talk about themselves. And I have way more compassion because I understand now that this is not necessarily their character. This is not necessarily who they are. That might be their gut. That might be their hormones. That might be their time of the month. There might be so many other fluctuations happening and influencing them.
Right.
So that was part of my personal growth as well. And what was the last question?
Like besides helping people, with their health, what is, like, I'd say a secondary, most fulfilling element of running your business?
Seeing the growth in myself.
I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Right. Just the ways that you yourself have also evolved. I love that.
I did. Yes, I did. Yeah. And I love it too.
That's great. And that's, I mean, that's what you want, I think, as an entrepreneur anyway. You want to always be in a state of growth, learning, development, all those things. I think that's great. Okay. So now let's shift to financials. Beyond just our typical financial metrics for yourself, how do you define success?
Being able to see those transformations. It's never going to be about the number, because I can't really tell you, I just helped so and so today, or so many people this month, or I made so much money. Those things never really speak to me.
Okay.
I'm not a number person. Okay. So, but seeing the transformation, seeing someone tell me with like tearing up that, look, I really feel completely different now. And I feel my body. I can understand what it tells me. And I'm so grateful I can eat this food again, and I don't yell at my children anymore. So, being part of that and being like, oh yeah, that was my, fingerprint on it. It's so awesome,
Many success stories.
Yeah. That's pretty satisfying. So that's a measure of success for me.
I love that so much. Okay. You talked a little bit about technology already, newsletters, other things. So just speak a little bit about in what ways you're currently leveraging technology to support Roots Harmony.
Well, I have a love and hate relationship with Instagram.
We all do.
I'm kind of kidding, but like I said, it is getting better.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with, again, my boundaries around my phone and not really needing to be on my phone all the time. Like from a holistic health perspective, I would just toss it up in the water and be done with it. But because there is a community, there's a message that I feel like I need to spread, and there's a mission that I'm on. I want to be part of that community, right? I can't really back out. So what else am I? Oh, I'm transitioning I'm an in-person person. So all my workshops had been in person so far. So I'm transitioning into webinars.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm considering, I started building it. So now I just need to get this thing in motion and get people on board. I'll get myself on board, really. And, so I'm looking into webinars.
Yep.
And, I already have a platform that, for coaching. So, online coaching, this is something that I have ongoing. Can't think of anything else, actually. Maybe there was something else. Was there?
Well, newsletter. You said newsletter, but that's all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The standard fare stuff. Okay. I like it. I like the idea of the webinar. I think that sounds amazing.
There's going to be a couple different topics that, I already have worked on done. So, yeah.
All right. Time.
Courses. Oh, another thing.
Courses.
Oh, right. Yes. But that's common. Okay. That's kind of in line with common.
There's more things coming. Okay. No, I like it. Yeah. We can revisit this then. Okay. We're going to do a quick fire. And then there's only a couple more questions after that. So the quick fire is really just to have people get to know you on a different level than you as a nutritionist. Should be the first thing that comes to mind. So whatever question I ask.
Oh my God.
First thing that comes to mind. It should be easy. Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Coffee or tea?
Both.
Yeah, that's fine. That has come up as an answer already. Favorite color?
Green.
Cool. What was the first job you ever had?
Waiting tables.
What's the one app you cannot live without?
App?
Yeah, an app. Well,
Well, yeah. Do I have to name it? I don't think I definitely can live without it.
You can live without it, or you can't live without it?
I can. Yes, I can.
Can you live without all apps?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's okay. That's good.
My husband has a flip phone.
Yeah.
And I would want one as well.
Yeah, right,
so
right.
I don't need that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the one word you would use to describe your business journey?
Oh, invigorating.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's great. If you could have any entrepreneur as a mentor for a day, who would it be?
Oh my God. I need business. I need business mentor. And I was thinking about Marie what's her name? Marie. Oh my God. B School. She's the owner of a B School.
Oh.
Forleo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. There you go.
I would want her.
Okay, there you go. Right.
My personal mentor.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Is there a book that has influenced your business mindset? Or any mindset, really, but
Oh. Not really.
Okay.
No, it's a blend. It's really blend of. I remember enjoying reading this You're a Badass, the series of those badass books.
Oh.
But it's usually, for me, it's a blend of self-development and healing modalities, because they always inspire me to check something out and get, dive deep into this or this or this. It's never one thing that would inspire me.
Okay.
My business wise. Yeah.
I like that. Besides your own, what is another favorite business that you like? Someone that's doing cool things in business.
Wasn't expecting that one. Anything to do with sport and outdoors and I don't know. If anything, I would want to be, I don't know, a guide somewhere up in the mountains and take people and show them nature, or the retreats. They're pretty cool. I've been into yoga way before. And I always thought I'm going to be running retreats.
Oh, I think that's another one of my questions. So if you weren't doing this, you'd be running retreats.
Yes, but again, 10 years ago, it'd be yoga retreat. But now it's a completely different beast. But yeah, retreats.
Okay.
I think we women need them.
We do need that. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
If you could instantly acquire one new skill, what would it be?
Oh my God. I would want to fly.
Fly. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. And then last one, if you could time travel to any period in history, which era would you visit?
I don't know why. 17th, 18th century?
Okay. That's what came to mind. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of know why, but it's too embarrassing to talk about it. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
Right. Okay. A couple more questions. So looking ahead, what do you foresee for your business 5 years from now?
Retreats.
Retreats. Okay.
Yes. No, I really would want to create a space for women to feel heard, to feel connected, I want to bring women closer to nature. I want to be able to show them that there's no healing outside of nature. You really you have to make space for yourself. You have to put yourself in the center to you have to sleep more.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot run. You cannot rush. Our bodies are not made for that. Those are sacred vehicles that we really need to cherish and let them rest and let them have what they need, like the amazing food and a lot of our feminine time. I mean, connection with other women, another thing.
Yes.
That's why this retreat thing, I'll think about it.
I think you should. Count me in.
Maybe not tomorrow, but yeah, we should do that.
I want to go on your retreat.
We need a women's space. I know there's a lot of them, women in business, women in all sorts of things, but there's never enough.
No, right. Yeah, you kind of have to, you have to find the one that suits you. All right. What piece of advice would you offer to new entrepreneurs in the wellness space or in any space?
Go for it and get yourself a mentor.
Oh.
Get yourself someone that is going to cut your wasted time to very little.
Yeah. Right.
On searching the answers, going for the wrong courses. Mentor is the best way to go about starting your business.
The right mentor.
The right mentor, yes. But someone that had been through that already, already knows the ins and outs, is successful, and can give you a training on running a business and running the part of the wellness business that you're interested in.
Yep.
Right.
Love that.
Don't do it. Don't leverage that all by yourself. Don't do it all by yourself. You don't have to. There's people there.
Yeah.
And women mostly. I mean, yes.
Lots of them. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you were hoping I was going to ask you?
No, I was really enjoying the chat. No, I think we're good.
All right. Why don't you share all your socials so that people know where to find you and any of your own final thoughts, and then we will say goodbye for now. Right.
So I think I'm only on Instagram. Yes, I am only on Instagram. My Facebook is super dead. Instagram, roots_harmony. I deal with gut issues, hormonal issues a lot recently, actually. So I'm sort of pivoting to help women in their 40s with their hormonal ebbs and flows, with their, weight gain, flashes, hot flashes, misaligned estrogen or progesterone, those sort of things.
Yeah.
And I have a website, Roots Harmony, where you can book one-on-one coaching, one-on-one session with me. And we can talk. I'm available most of the time. Not most of the time. Most of the days in a week. You'll see the calendar is kind of open. I do have it closed on Saturdays and Sundays completely. And partially, I think, on Mondays.
Perfect. So
that's my self-time.
I encourage everyone that's interested in helping themselves. Dominika is a great person to have in your arsenal, to have in your girl squad, to have in your realms of knowledge, because she is someone that she knows a lot about a lot of important things. So Dominika, thank you so much for being on the Dean's List. And we look forward to updates on retreats and webinars and
Hey, thanks for having me. It was such a joy to talk to you and to see you again.
Always good to see you. And I just want to say thank you so much, Dominika. And to our listeners and our watchers on YouTube, Dominika has a lovely offer. If you mention the Dean's List in correspondence with her, for the remaining part of 2024, she will give you 10% off of any of her packages. So that's pretty cool. So if you're looking to, work on your wellness and your microbiome or any other element of your health, reach out to Dominika and 10% off. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dominika, for that. And thank you all for listening. And thank you all for tuning into this episode of the Dean's List. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite platform to stay updated and follow us on Instagram at official_Dean's List and YouTube at It's Official Dean's List. I'm your host, Allison Dean. Until next time.